and welcome to this Volvo XC90. This is no ordinary XC90, this is the T8 with the electric hybrid engine. It's finished in this new Volvo brown metallic paint job, which is exceptionally nice. 21-inch alloys, optional of course. Now this is the Inscription model, which means it already has a lot of kit, but this car has absolutely every option you can pick, which means the list price for this car is 108,000 euros. That's quite a lot for a Volvo. Now, before we talk and discuss more about the hybrid powertrain, which is the key point of this car, let's take a look at the back and the boot. Of course, this car has keyless entry. It has this nice leather wrapped key. All four doors have sensors and they just open up like that. I said this was an expensive car, but as you can tell on the inside, it really makes up for it. As soon as you sit inside, you realize there are no bad materials anywhere, no bad plastics, just nice soft materials. And look at this wood, isn't this nice? Of course you have this big panoramic sunroof. It's an extra of course, but again, well worth it if you can afford it. This, let's say, poo colored interior isn't for my taste, but a cream or a tan leather on this car would be perfect. A nice soft handrest with some cup holders. You can also have this car as a 7-seater, and if you have that configuration, you can actually use the back seats. They're small of course, but even grown-ups can sit back there. Now let's quickly check out the boot. You can open it like that. As you would expect, this car has a big boot and a nice shelf, which can be set to 2 stages. The minus side of having a electric powertrain is that you don't have a lot of space in the boot down low, but up here perfectly fine. And now sitting inside at the front, to start the car up you have to twist this knob here. Since this is a hybrid, the engine won't start, only the electric powertrain will make a hum. So inside of this cabin it's almost like the regular XC90, except for one thing, and this is the gear selector or the gear knob here, which is made out of glass. How cool is this? But this also has a weird quirk, and you know, a regular automatic you just pull once, or you pull it all the way down and then it's in drive. In this you have to pull it twice, because if you put it in park, it's in park right now, I pull it down once, it's in neutral, and I cannot pull it more than once. I can hold it, it's still in neutral. You have to pull it down twice, then it's in D. And the same thing goes to if you want to reverse. Right now I'm in drive, once neutral, second reverse, and this has really bothered me. It's a simple thing that could have been logical, but it's not. But now that I'm here, I can also, let's put it in reverse, yeah, I can show you the 360 camera, which is amazing. All 4 corners of the car are clearly visible. You have lines which show you where you're going. You can actually drive the car just by using this camera system. It's, apart from BMWs, it's one of the best in the market currently, period. Okay, so let's go for a drive, shall we? As you can tell, electric motor, currently it's in hybrid drive. Very quiet. And quiet is the key word for this car. You can barely hear anything, just a slight whistle of the tires and maybe the wind, but you are so isolated in this car, it's just amazing. It's like a big boat that gently rocks you in the waves. It's not sporty. Do not think this car is a sporty car. Although yes, you can put it into power mode, which, yeah, it makes the steering a bit harder and it stiffens up the suspension a bit, but it's still a big barge and it wallows around. And just keep it in hybrid or pure. And the pure is Volvo speak for purely electrical. The hybrid system is the best mode you can have in this car. It uses the best of both worlds. It uses hybrid or the electric engine. Let's say in stop-start city traffic on the highway, you can put it in charge mode, so it will just charge up the electric power. So the engine in this car, it's a 2-liter petrol, which has turbo and supercharger powers. It is quite quick, and by quick I mean it really does shift along. The question is, does this car need this kind of power? I mean, if you buy a big BMW, let's say X5M, I get it, I get the point. You want to go fast but also have an SUV. But with this car, yes, you can floor it, and yes, it will take you to speeds that are illegal, but you can't really drive it fast because you don't feel secure. I mean, the best way to drive this car is just slowly oozing around, no problem. There is no point in having that much power in this car, I think. So you might ask, how much power does it have? It has 288 kilowatts, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 5.8 seconds. And yeah, you can feel it. This car is quick. It's quick, but it's not nimble. And now we come to the question, do you really need this engine in a car like this? And I'll talk about that at the end of the video. But first of all, let's look about the interior. This is a magical place to be. Everything is full of tech. I can put the pilot assist on and talk to you without problem. The car will steer itself, keep it between the lines. Now you have this big 9-inch touchscreen and you control basically everything on this screen. The climate control, the heated, ventilated, massage seats, your amazing Bowers and Wilkins stereo. Forget about Bang & Olufsen, forget about, I don't know, Burmeister and stuff like that. This is in a whole nother level, at least for me. Materials, perfect. This car of course has the Nappa upgraded leather, which is soft to touch and feel, and you just want to keep touching it. So nice. Talking about the, let's say, model lines, you have the Momentum, the Inscription and the R line. From the base up, they are very well equipped, and I mean, you have everything you need, even in Momentum trim. But the drivetrain, what do I think about the drivetrain? I like the fact that this is a hybrid, I really do. This is a very nice quiet drive, it's relaxing, it's oozing, but it's 20,000 euros more expensive than the D5 or the T5, which is the petrol version. Is it worth 20,000 euros just to get the, let's say, 10% more quiet? Because let's be honest, the petrol versions, the T5 and T6, aren't exactly loud on the inside. The D5, it's not my favorite because I don't like the diesel rattle, although yes, Volvo has done a good job hiding it, but it's still a diesel, so petrol would be the way to go for me. It's really hard not to take the T5 and add some options. It's just a reasonable buy. The engine is good. I mean, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 7.8 seconds. It's perfectly fine for a SUV. You don't need more. We should also quickly talk about the competitors. Well, there are many. Audi Q7, BMW X5, Lexus RX. So why should, let's say, quite wealthy potential buyer choose the Volvo? Well, it has a nice character, and the fact that it's Swedish, it's sort of, you know, it's peaceful. It's like it wants to harm nobody. It's just out there doing its thing. It's different. Why not? Let's say why not? If you have the money, why not choose the XC90? It's a perfect alternative for all those German big SUVs out there. Now, a few things that bother me, let's say. I don't like the supercharger noise when you put your foot down. I mean, second thing, I don't like the buttons on the steering wheel because I think they are distracting and they don't make a lot of sense. You think the volume buttons are here because you have plus and minus. Nope, that is for the cruise control. The volume buttons are on the right. The third thing, it might be difficult to operate the climate control on the touchscreen, but you really do get used to the system quite quickly, so I wouldn't call it a problem per se. But the biggest issue with the T8 is the price. I really can't say it's a good purchase. If you have the money and you want the hybrid powertrain, it's well worth it. It's a great engine. It's just too expensive for its own good. If it was, let's say, 10,000 euros cheaper, 10,000 euros more than the T5, I'd say go for it. But 20,000 euros more, I can't say it's a good deal. Then again, good stuff costs money, so who am I to say? Now, I know I haven't been driving this car, let's say, economically, but it has been using its hybrid power a lot. And, you know, I really think that you can't use this car near its claimed figures, which, believe it or not, is 2.5 liters per 100 kilometer. This is, of course, the combined figure. I can't say it for sure, and I've been driving it on and off and accelerating and braking, and I'm not the most, let's say, economical driver, and I also want to test acceleration, so I've floored it many times. In reality, yes, you might get, let's say, 5 or 6. It would be really good, I think, but 2.5 is just stretching it. Let's not end on a bad note. I really like the XC90 and I like the powertrain, and you know what? I think I'm gonna love when Volvo introduces the T4 or the T5 hybrid. It doesn't need that much power, but I like the electric, silent driving. The good thing is that Volvo promises us that the lineup of the Volvo cars will be hybrid or full electric in a few years. So these diesels and, you know, all petrol power engines will be gone. And for a Volvo, it's perfect. I really look forward to it. It's more economical, the cars are silent, it's more relaxing. Why not? Why not? So on that note, thank you for watching. There will be new videos coming soon. And yeah, see you again, guys. Bye.